Only something a little bit different, driven by the news of the Bloomberg story. It's about Chelsea, and it's about the tension between two of the lead owners, Behdad Iqbali and Todd Boehly. Now, but I want to broaden this out because people are like, oh, boring Chelsea, and we know, it's a freak show, whatever. So we'll mention that, but also I want to ask a question of how do we want our clubs run? Because I think football has changed. It does my head in every time some Muppet pops up and says, oh, look, we have a rich owner. And how rich is he? Do we have money? No, this is not how football works anymore, and hasn't worked this way in a long, long time. Okay, so the story on Friday is basically, for those who don't know, there's a company called Clearlake, which two of its principals are Jose Feliciano and Behdad Iqbali. They have 61.5% of Chelsea.
Yeah, they're an investment fund.
They're an investment fund. I don't know exactly how they define themselves, but that's as good a term as any. The other Chelsea shares, Todd Boehly has 13% of them, and the rest are split between a guy named Hans-Jörg Wyss, who is a million years old. I mean, seriously, he's 89 or something. Yeah. And this other guy named something Walter, who I don't know much about. So until now, Boehly, or until last year, let's say, Boehly's been the face of Chelsea. And as you know, he was the de facto sporting director in the first summer, and that's when everybody made fun of him and the way he looks, and he looks like a collegiate wrestler, which he was, funnily enough. Oh, there's a shock, right? Yeah. Captain Meathead. Since then, he and Iqbali have reportedly, they don't see eye to eye, they've reportedly fallen out, they deny they still have a professional relationship. I'm like, of course you have to say that. You have to have a professional relationship. You're not morons, right? You're working together. And the idea is that Boehly, is that now Clearlake, so Iqbali and Feliciano's group, they want to buy Boehly's share. That's what Bloomberg reported. And then counter reports, Boehly's come forward and says, no, well, what if I raise X billion? What if I buy out Clearlake? So there's obviously going to be this question. I don't think Todd Boehly can come up with $2 billion to buy out, or however much it would take to buy out Clearlake.
Yeah.
Just because it's not that easy to raise money.
And to buy them out, they need to agree to sell, right? You can't just put on
They need to agree to sell. Here's the difference, and this is another part which people often forget, right? And this isn't just Chelsea. I'm broadening it out now, right? So if I'm the Glazer family, I have a bunch of siblings in a room. Yeah, we have to agree. But, ultimately, it's all in the family. Clearlake raises money from investors, from pension funds to private equity to hedge funds and so on. They're not raising money generally. Some of it is, but they're not generally raising money from individual investors. They're raising money from people who have a responsibility to the guys who have given them money. So they have to kind of show a profit, they have to show a business plan and so on. So in theory, if Boehly says, here's $5 billion or an enormous amount of money, Clearlake are going to be under pressure to say yes, because the people who invested with Clearlake say, look, I don't give a crap about Chelsea. I gave you money because you said we're going to turn this into a business. Here's somebody who can give us a big return. Now pull the trigger and go away, right? Boehly's issue, and it's not 100% clear whether that 13% of Chelsea that he owns is actually all his money or whether he's borrowed money as well, because this is the other thing. People don't seem to understand this, but all these rich people, like Jules, when you go and you buy a new refrigerator, you probably go and you buy the refrigerator and pay with your own money, right? Most of these people, when they invest, they say, look, I have 10 billion in assets somewhere. It's not like they sell their assets to go and buy their chunk of Chelsea. No, they borrow money against those assets that they have. In most cases. Yeah. They borrow at a low interest rate, whatever, and then they acquire Chelsea with that money, and it's secured against the other assets that they have. So they're not super liquid.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing all this up and why we're going to broaden this out on the Gab and Jules podcast is, does this make for stable ownership? And what are the alternative models? Whether it's the membership model like we have at Bayern or Real Madrid, whether we have the super wealthy de facto state ownership, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain. And there are also some rich, the family office, like practically Arsenal is or Manchester United. Okay, Jules, I'll continue my lecture. I know you're just so not psyched.
No. I think it's really interesting, and I think people need to hear it to understand.
One of the things that always gets me, and obviously we have a lot of comparisons with American sports and the way they're set up, right? So using the NFL as an example, but I think the NBA is very similar, is there you have 32 owners or 31 owners plus the Green Bay Packers, which are their own thing going, but who are all billionaires. Yeah. Some have business partners, some don't. And they get to decide who goes and buys a club in the league. And until this year, they weren't even allowed to take private equity money. Now they're allowed to take private equity money, I think up to a certain percentage. I think it's 10% or 20%. So it's a very different landscape. And the advantage of having a single owner is that there's one guy, sometimes it's a woman, taking responsibility.
Yeah, make the decision.
And then you can make the decision. It's his money. It's his backside that is on the line. So that creates, I think, a lot of efficiency. You can make decisions quickly and so on. One of the problems in football is that I Googled this the other day, and it was on the internet, so it must be true. 190, you know how many people, I nearly said it. Do you know how many people in the world are worth $10 billion or more?
190?
192, according to the internet. I know, I blew that one, right? But I'm going to assume you have to be worth at least 10 billion to own a top flight football club all by yourself.
Yeah. So you mean individually it's really hard on your own to buy a Manchester United?
Yeah. And it's not because you're then spending 8 billion, it's because you're tying up so much of your assets, right? Now, and that's why so many owners, the owners we see in the Premier League are either people like Tony Bloom or the guy at Brentford, Matthew Benham. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that these guys are not worth 10 billion. However, obviously they bought the club for a lot lower, put in their own money, whatever, they're smaller clubs, and they've grown into it. I think everybody else who owns it by themselves, they need partners because they may be worth 10 billion. But, you know, if I'm worth 10 billion because I own a company that's worth 4 billion, I can't like sell that company from one day and next to go and buy Aston Villa or Tottenham Hotspur, right? So it's just, it's basically that simple. So you have to find other ways to own the club or to run the club. And at that level, effectively, you're either talking essentially royal families, states, stuff like that, the Qatar, UAE, Saudi situation, or sovereign wealth funds, basically. Or you have to go down this road where you raise money from investors. And you know, you may be a billionaire yourself raising money from investors, but investors want their money back. And so, and I think this is part of the reason why there is this push towards, we've talked about it before, towards cutting back, towards financial regulation, which some people don't like. Some people say, oh no, it's the cartel, whatever. Okay, cartel schmartel. You're in the minority. You don't get to decide this, right? Most people want this because most people want their club to be stable and to exist.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I just find this whole ownership debate interesting because you won't be able to regulate it, right? You won't be able to say that you can't have state owning clubs, right? Is it legally possible? It's not legally possible for FIFA or UEFA or even a league to say like, we don't want the Saudi money or we don't want the Qatar royal family money or it's not possible, right?
I think
there's some sort of freedom somewhere.
So yes and no. I mean, I think within the European Union, it's extremely difficult.
Right.
In the UK, it would have been more possible, I think. I think they could have blocked the Newcastle deal.
Could we get to a situation where the Premier League clubs, the 20 clubs, decide who the owner is if Everton gets sold, and then the other 19 clubs get together at the Premier League and said, John Textor, show us your account. And
let's not pick on John Textor.
No, but I'm just saying, like in the NFL, is that possible?
So, I'm not a lawyer. You know what I think of lawyers. So they have something called the fit and proper person test, and it may have a different name now, right? But the idea is, for example, let's say the people who, the guy who owns Everton, who of course is Farhad Moshiri, and it's only him, and it's all his money. There's nobody else involved. Let me be very clear on that for legal reasons. Let's say he decides to sell it to, I don't know, some cyber fraudster, no name, or let's say he decides to sell it to a Mexican drug lord or whatever, right? Or an American drug lord who's using laundered money or whatever. And I'm not suggesting Farhad Mashiri would do this. He says, well, I didn't know, right? And then that guy goes to prison and all the money's gone and they're not solvent. Or let's say he sells it to somebody who says like, which some people might say nearly happened, like, oh, look, I'll pay you 10 billion or I'll pay you, $1.5 billion for Everton. Here's a check. And then Mashiri leaves and then all of a sudden there's no money to run the club, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to have fit and proper persons test.
Yeah.
And you can disqualify owners in certain situations. But beyond that, they can't just say no because we don't like this type of owner.
Yeah.
Right? As the rules stand. I'd love to see, I think they could. If the 20 Premier League clubs got together and said, nah, we're going to have rules. It can't be a sovereign wealth fund. It has to be a private actor. It has to have this, that, and that.
Do you think they could do that?
I think they could. I think there'd be legal challenges and then they have to sort it out. But the problem is, I don't think they will. I don't think they would for the reasons turkeys don't vote for Christmas, right? Because if I own a club and I want to sell it one day, I don't want somebody telling me, no, you can't sell to him because we don't like him, right? Or her.
Fair enough.
So that's a difficulty. And so you might say, and some people say, well, the best model is kind of the membership model, right?
Yeah. Members
elect a board and so on, right? And Bayern have a version of that. Borussia Dortmund have a version of that.
Yeah, German clubs in general have.
They also have a ton of regulation,
which
some people might say is a restraint of trade, right?
Yeah.
But the most famous examples are Barcelona and Real Madrid, and they're very different.
Yeah.
And again, a little lesson, whatever. But Real Madrid, the members vote for president. However, if you want to run for president, they put in certain restrictions, certain minimum requirements. And I'm going off the top of my head. If I get this wrong, don't shoot me. Just correct me. Write to me nicely on Twitter. I think you must have been a club member for at least 30 years, which obviously disqualifies
a lot of people.
You must have been, I think, held a board position or something for 10 years, which obviously further reduces it. And the big thing is you have to have a personal bank guarantee. So you have to have a bank that goes over and says, yes, Mr. Julian Lawrence
supports you.
Has, I think it's 90 million euros. Actually, I think it's a percentage of the club budget, so it might be more or less, whatever. But it's a number like that.
Yeah.
Has 90 million euros in his bank account that we've set aside just in case, you need it, right? Which is a way of cutting out most people who don't have 90 million. Right? So the joke is that, with these eligibility requirements, there's literally 3 people in the world who could be president of Real Madrid, and one of them happens to be Florentino, right?
Yeah.
So the downside with that is that when you limit it so much, you create a situation where the same guy's always going to be in charge.
Yeah.
And Florentino's, in many ways, has been very, very successful for Real Madrid.
Interesting.
The problem is, I think, and that's why right now, I think if I'm Florentino, now I am rewriting the rules to open it up to different people while still safeguarding the club.
Yeah.
Because it can't be, you can't have a pool, once he goes,
it's not
you have a pool of 2 people running. What if one of them's a moron? What if one of them hits his head and goes insane, right?
Because at the end of the day, Gab, this is all good, but what makes a good owner, regardless if it's a state fund, if it's an individual, it's a family, it's 2 families, it's a hedge fund, it's anything, is how competent the people who run your club on a daily basis or as an owner will be, right?
Yes.
Because you can say, okay, let's just go for families, and only family can own Premier League clubs. So the Cronkies, the Glazers, etc., etc. Some of those won't be good enough anyway. And on the other hand, you can have a hedge fund, I'm sure, who could do a good job at owning Chelsea. It doesn't have to be like a freak show like Bowley and Ekbali, for example.
Exactly. And I think the argument in favor of the hedge fund is that because people have their money in there because they answer to outside investors, if the investors aren't happy with the way they're running the club, they're going to vote with their feet. They're going to say, So I think they have a commitment usually, I think it's between 5 and 8 years. After 5 years, they pick up the phone and say, hey, Bedad, I'm not re-upping here.
How's my money doing?
Go find somebody else, right? And then all of a sudden, he's got to go, try to get somebody else. And if he can't do it, then he has to sell the club, right? So that's the thinking there. The other model with Barcelona is the requirements to be Barcelona president are a lot looser than at Real Madrid. So you still have a vote, but many more people are eligible to run.
Yeah.
And the risk there, and this is the risk I think with any club like that, is that a little bit like politics. As soon as I get elected, I'm thinking of getting re-elected. And what do people want? Oh, look, I inherited a massive hole in the public finances. Oh, let me pull some levers and bring in some Lewandowskis and some Kessies. Is that the right thing? Would he be doing that if it was his money on the line?
Yeah.
These are the big questions. So I don't know what the answer is. I think it's it's a cluster mess to regulate. I do think, and I don't even know whose job it would be to regulate, because UEFA could say, okay, we're going to have rules to play in our competitions, right? But UEFA want Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City in their competitions. So do they grandfather them in? Do they say, okay, from now on, anybody except for you guys who are already in, right? We make these rules. Would they stand for it? So there's a lot of tension there. I don't know how you resolve it, but I think it shows how things have changed over the years, and football needs to evolve, and football needs to answer these challenges.
What do you think, just to finish up, what will happen at Chelsea? Do you think it will be status quo? Do you think in the end Bowley will give up and sell his 13% shares to Clear Lake? Or how do you see this one panning out?
So I think it's pretty obvious Clear Lake have access to a lot more capital than Bowley does, right? Because he wouldn't have involved Hans-Jörg Wyss and these other people. I mean, honestly, other than money, I don't know what poor Hans-Jörg Wyss, who's massive philanthropist, wonderful person or whatever, but the reality of being 88 or 89 is the reality of being 88 or 89, right? I think the most realistic case is that Bowley, if they're pushed to it, Bowley will sell to Ibali, and then go back to being a part owner of the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know, and I think the difficulty is going to be also putting at what valuation do you put on Ibali? Like, how much money do you demand from Ibali to buy you out? And also, then does Ibali give? Because ultimately, Clear Lake are in charge. They have 61.5%. There is this power sharing thing, but
even the fact that Bowley got so much airtime was weird in the sense that it's only 13%. When you see that our friend John Texter, like our brother from another mother, at Palace with 45%, has nothing to say. You never see him. I'm not even sure he's allowed into the stadium. Bowley took all the limelight and everything when he was really a minority shareholder.
I think Clear Lake said, let's put him to the front, put him in charge, maybe because he already owns a sports team, and clearly running the Dodgers and running Chelsea are identical. But I don't even know if he does run the Dodgers, frankly, or is he just the guy in the box, you know, with his blazer? I don't know. But my guess is it's easier for Clear Lake than Bowley raising a whole bunch of, because the other thing with Bowley too is, like, first of all, both know the club situation, right? And the club situation is not good. There are PSR issues. They have committed, and remember the whole thing with the sale price, they're committed to investing nearly another $2 billion over 10 years. Now, they've spent a lot of money, but they still need to get to that, right? If I'm Bowley, do I really need to want to raise I'd have to raise all this money, buy out Clear Lake, which would cost a lot of money, which I would need to raise, have another set of investors coming to me and being like, oh, are we going to see a return in 5 years? How are we going to do that? When I know the club's finances from the inside are what they are. So it's cheaper and more effective and easier for Clear Lake to buy out Bowley than vice versa. But who knows? All right, no more boring topics. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Jules, they host Belgium in a few hours after we record this, so everything could be all better or potentially all worse very soon for France. But I think nobody saw that defeat, and more than that, that performance against Italy Friday night coming.
Yeah, one of the worst I've seen in a very long time. At least at the Euros, they were good defensively. Not so good with the ball, but defensively, they were very, very solid. And there was none of that on Friday. Credit to Italy after what was a dreadful start and conceding a goal after 12 seconds. And France maybe thinking the game was going to be easy because you 1-0 up after 12 seconds. But France were battered. But so bad. Really, I've rarely seen it. Deschamps had no answers to Spalletti's back three. The players themselves didn't put a shift in. The attitude was wrong. No effort. Nothing with the ball. The key players, if you want, Mbappe, Griezmann, N'Golo Kanté, were were just like pathetic, really, in terms of performance.
Saliba really struggled too.
I mean, the whole defense, I don't think he's used to playing
It's
with
collective, but obviously he's the guy
Konate.
holding the can because he's the guy in the middle with the ball going all around him and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, what's going on.
So bad.
They keep reporting that Magic Mike
Yeah.
did not take it well.
No, he did it at the Euros as well. There's a lack of leadership in this team, which we knew when you lose Lloris and Varane and Pogba and Giroud. You lose a lot of your leadership, you lose a lot of caps, a lot of experience, a lot of leadership too. And right now, I think this squad and this dressing room and Deschamps are looking for the new leaders or the next leaders.
So it's Magic Mike.
And Magic Mike is certainly that, and he doesn't speak a lot, but when he does, everybody listens. He's got that voice as well that carries a lot.
It felt like they were unprepared for this game. I know Spalletti likes his tactical voodoo, but like
And
it
he
felt like
changed
Deschamps didn't prepare them for this
Yeah,
game.
but when does Deschamps prepare tactically? That's the thing. That's my problem. And Gab, you were so down on Spalletti. You predicted a spanking. You said on
I
Thursday
did, yes.
show, and I told you not that it would not be the case. How does this change your view on it, or should we not get too carried away?
You obviously don't want to get carried away. But Spalletti promised youth. I love seeing Samuel Ricci in there.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he showed a ton of personality. I think this team does have a lot of personality, which is good. Calafiori was very good. Now he's injured for the next game, but whatever. There's limits, but I thought they wanted a reaction, and Spalletti was very good at getting a reaction.
Yeah.
And that kind of... And then, though, but as an aside, since you're the Techers man, that goal...
Amazing.
What did you like better?
Amazing.
Is it Tonali's back heel
Yeah, I
or
love
Di Marco's finish?
I love the back hit because I think the volley like that from a player like Di Marco can score, who've seen score from the halfway line. This is not a difficult volley for him to do. The ball is not spinning, it's not a long cross, he's in his stride. So for me, what makes it, the finish is beautiful, but what makes it is the Tonali touch. And we talked about Tonali on Thursday, wondering, after not playing for so long, what kind of impact he could have. He was outstanding. It was made easier because the fact that the French midfield was dreadful. But I thought Tonali looked so good.
Yeah, for me, Tonali and Calafiori, Tonali, Ricci and Calafiori,
Yeah, yeah.
Arsenal fans, stepping into midfield and becoming essentially the playmaker, very effective that way.
Yeah.
Speaking of being mean to managers, Ronald Koeman starts Matthijs de Ligt and Joshua Zirkzee, two guys he seemed to forget about at the Euros, and Holland destroy Bosnia 5-2. Jules, were you overly mean to the Dutch guy?
No, I wasn't. I mean, Bosnia, a terrible team.
Come
They
on.
are so bad. And this was, there was a bit of movement. The ball moved well. I liked what I saw, and I like the fact that Zirkzee scored because there's obviously a lot of questions around him here in England because people have never watched him play. They never watched him for Bologna.
And he's
didn't watch him
different.
before,
That's the
and
other
he's
thing. He's
different
different.
to what they know. So good for his confidence. Good for De Ligt, who had a little slide tackle at the Bundesliga after, saying like nobody watches it in the world and it's better to come to England. So I like that. I like the night for the Dutch guy. It was positive. Germany beat up Hungary 5-0 as Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz run rampant in the second half. Gab, this was impressive.
It was impressive, I think, more so after the big. I mean, at halftime it was still 1-0. And you kind of thought, But a couple of things about this. Obviously, Toni Kroos is missed. But Pascal Gross is such a phenomenal. I know the story here is Musiala, 4 goal involvements, whatever, and Wirtz, they light it up. But I think Gross he can't beat Toni Kroos, but he can do a lot of the same things. And when he doesn't, Pavlovic, who came on for him, I thought he only played 30 minutes.
Really
I
good.
think he looks really good.
Yeah.
And funny how Joshua Kimmich has no issue playing right back when it's for a coach he respects and who doesn't treat him in a mean way. Portugal come from behind at home to beat Scotland 2-1. Scott McTominay, by the way, scores again.
Early
He's a
again.
goal machine for the national team. Jules, do I need to tell you who scored the late winner? He now has 901 for club and country, which is not really a thing, adding the two together. But hey, it's a way to celebrate him. He scores a ton of goals.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he scored 900 the 4 days before, and then the 901 against Scotland. He came on at halftime. It didn't start. I thought the team played better without him, but then he was decisive by scoring the winner with him on the pitch. This is where, for me, the dilemma and the conundrum is. I would not take him anymore. I would not take him to the World Cup in 2026 because I don't think he would be good enough at the time.
Hater.
As we saw, yeah, exactly. And that doesn't undermine anything amazing that he's done in his career, including the 901 goals that he scored. I'm just saying at 39 years old now, he's just not cutting it for me anymore. But 2 goals in 2 games, is a good return for him. So, no
I
problem.
mean, I wonder if you want to prolong your career, which I think he obviously wants because he's so competitive. Is there a scenario of you being a part-time striker where you come on if we need you, or maybe even if we're winning, you come on, you hold the ball up, you give everybody a lift,
But those players don't want to be subbed, do they? Remember Thierry at the 2010 World Cup?
Okay, first of all, there's only one other contemporary player who you can mention in the same sentence as Cristiano, and with all due respect, it's
nothing
not
to do
Thierry
with
Henry.
Cristiano. But that's not the point. It's not about Thierry Henry or Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like those kind of players.
So you're saying if Roberto goes to him and says, like, Cristiano, I want you with us, but you won't be starting, you won't be an automatic choice. You think Cristiano's going to say no?
Yeah, I don't think
You
he's...
just say no. I'm going to retire for the national team. Then?
I
I
just
don't
say
think
like no. It's like I'm here to start. I'm not here to be a sub. I like who are you going to play instead of me? Who's better than me? Cristiano doesn't think that nobody's better than him.
To be fair, when it comes to center forwards, who's better than Cristiano and
So then
Portuguese center forwards?
But then that's what I mean. So you start him then. If you start like this, if nobody's better than him,
Right,
you
but if
start him.
Gonzalo Ramos comes back and is actually good, who knows? I don't know.
Well, I don't think he would agree to that.
All right.
They waited 20 years and 140 games, but San Marino have finally won a competitive match, Gab. Nico Sensoli's goal gave them a 1-0 victory over Liechtenstein.
I don't even think you need to mention competitive matches. I don't think they've won many friendlies either. over
Well,
the
one
years.
20 years ago against Liechtenstein. So that they only won 2 games in their whole history.
Right, so that was the one, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
so 140 games in between friendlies and non-friendlies. Look, people can criticize the Nations League. I like the fact that these
too.
teams get to play each other at the
Love it.
same level. I like the fact, by the way, people who make fun of the Nations League, I like the fact that if you're in Group A, like Italy or France, you have a guaranteed big game pretty much every time,
2 even.
right?
Yeah, 2. You should
Or,
have two,
well,
yeah.
Italy is but yeah,
still, yeah.
France Belgium
Yeah.
is going to rock tonight.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like, I don't. What are we complaining about?
No, we
Would you
shouldn't.
want to go back to the old days of friendlies where like England plays Jamaica at Wembley in front of 60,000 people? I don't. I mean,
No. By the way, for Liechtenstein, did you see what happened? So they played again on Sunday, away. They were away at Gibraltar. So after losing that game against San Marino, they go to Gibraltar, right? It's 1-1. They concede a goal in the 97th minute to be 2-1 down in Gibraltar, and Liechtenstein scored an equalizer in the 104th minute. Amazing! Imagine their week. Amazing.
It is
Amazing.
amazing. It's not just about the big countries. Jules, we're not done because we got more quick hits.
Let's go.
Robin Lindemann gets sent off after just 20 minutes, but it makes no difference whatsoever as Spain go on to play 70-plus minutes with 10 men. And by the way, they're not playing the Muppet Show. They're playing Switzerland, who knocked them out of the Euros in 20.
from Vecchio, trying to swing that away. Doku's also down that left wing. It's with Tete to De Bast inside the centre circle for Belgium. Lovely work there from the central midfielder Onana. Lovely work from Belgium. Here's Tielemans floating the ball to the left hand side. Here's Doku up against Jules Koundé. Koundé stood up and launched the ball away. The French Federation have come out for support for Didier Deschamps over the weekend, as early as late as this evening, as we've heard, reaffirming that this is their man to take them into the next World Cup 2026 in Mexico, Canada and America, of course. That multi-country World Cup, 48 teams. France lost the ball outside their edge of the penalty area. And look at it, gives the ball now to Guendouzi. Guendouzi goes into the centre to Kone. Kante wants the ball. There's a player down for Belgium. And it looks to be Openda, the number 9, who's holding his left ankle. There's a bit of strapping on that left leg. He went into a collision with Kone. Just trampled over him a little bit. N'Golo Kante being really influential and trying to win the ball back for France. France 0, Belgium 0. Much action taking place in the League A of the UEFA Nations, but there's a lot of League B action. Turkey taking on Iceland, Slovenia up against Kazakhstan, Norway up against Austria, Wales away at Montenegro, and of course there's 3 leagues: League C, B and A, ABC, and we've seen Kosovo beat Cyprus by 4-0. Lithuania drawing 0-0 to Romania. So we'll keep you updated as always of Flash Score International Break, the first of 3, the back end of 2024. Many, of course, listeners and observers of the game are not the biggest fans of the international break, but we do get to see managers experiment. Big clashes that we saw on Friday between Italy and France, and looking at tonight with France-Belgium, we do see that, and of course players are able to get their caps up and feel their way into being involved in the national team. Here's Belgium outside the penalty area, trying to squeeze it away. It was Doku. Doku is been able to squeeze away from Kone. Kone's brought him down, and that'll be an early yellow card. Kone's been booked. Of course, a Olympic winner for France. Oh, sorry, a semi-finalist. Gold. It was just a step too far for Kone. He had a fantastic tournament, and he played really well in the final. So well that he made me believe that he was a gold medalist. They were defeated once again by Spain. Spain having the number over the French in the Olympics at home in Paris and during the Euros. Here's Kevin De Bruyne with the armband, the ginger hair, with the right foot. He flicks this in towards the penalty box. It's won by Onana, and then Mannion comes to gather it. It's 0-0 between Israel and Italy. We'll have you updated on the other game in this group on League A. The ball's rolled out to the left hand side now for Lucadine. Lucadine now gives to Guendouzi. Guendouzi down to Koulibaly. The white shirts, of course, for France tonight. White shirts, blue shorts for the Bleu. And it's Koulibaly goes to the penalty box. Low ball in, and it's cleared away by De Bast. And it finds its way towards Luke Bacchio. And Castagna is over there on the right hand side to take this throw in for Belgium. Takes a few touches before throwing the ball to De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Castagna. Castagna floats the ball to middle. Here is Tielemans. Oh, straight ball by Tielemans, looking for Openda. He's got 3 around him, Openda, including William Saliba of Arsenal. Takes the ball away from Saliba, keeps holding it for Belgium. Positive start from Belgium, considering it was a very lacklustre performance when they played each other in the Euros a couple months on now. And from that game in June, make an impact and try and build themselves for 2026. 48 teams, lots of spaces for European teams to enter. Here's Faz, spins the direct ball to the left hand side. Here's Jeremy Doku, got a bit of time to take over Dembele. Dembele's tripped him over, and it will be a free kick to Belgium. France 0, Belgium 0. Belgium, the visitors, are looking bright early on. It was a good switch of play, wasn't it? First time from Tielemans feeding the ball just out to 6-yard outside the centre circle, letting Openda run onto it towards the penalty area. Saliba's recovery pace was very handy there. France 0, Belgium 0. It's another set piece for the visitors. Kevin De Bruyne to take it, puts his right hand up again. Blue boots for De Bruyne. He goes towards the far post. He finds a Belgian player there. Did the offside flag go up? Was it a really good opportunity? It looks like it was for Lou Bacchio. He was onside, left alone at the back of the 6-yard box, and he just sort of flinched with it. Went up like he's trying to pretend to be a mummy in a wrapped tomb, kicking it towards the goal. Did a karate kick still on his left foot, and it was kicked off between Openda. Luca did. He's pushed. Openda's pushed in, and now it's all kicking off. Handbags across the players. A bit of argy-bargy also. It's a corner to Belgium, the first quarter of the evening, because it was a save from Mannion orange kit this evening. N'Golo Conte's had a word with the referee. Luca Dean is going to be booked, and so is Openda, which is a bit harsh for Luca Dean because he was the one that was pushed, but we know what happens normally. You know, when there's an altercation between two players, both players, no matter who's, pushed a little bit more, gets booked, and you can understand why Luca Dean is not happy about that. France 0, Belgium 0, but defending to be done here. This is live, listening audio commentary on Flash Score. International break action. UEFA Nations League. It's Kevin De Bruyne, right foot now to take it, floats into the penalty area, doesn't find a red shirt, goes now towards the Bass under pressure, and delay back all the way to his goalkeeper Castells, who plays his football. Castells in Saudi Arabia, now Kawarashi, maybe even be Qatar. The Belgian goalkeeper, 32 years old, yellow jersey tonight. In the middle it now goes for, it is in the Saudi League, I shouldn't doubt myself there. It's with De Bruyne back to Faz. Faz onto the right side to Kevin De Bruyne. Beautiful ball from De Bruyne to release Onana. There's a chance to square it, and he can't tap it home. Openda. Lovely work from Kevin De Bruyne, really rolling back the years, the early weeks of the Premier League season, and he's rolled that form into the international scene. Outside the boot, setting Onana down the right hand side, and then it's outside the boot looking to tee up Openda. It was Lubecchio floating down that right hand side, all coming from the wonderful boot of Kevin De Bruyne. The France 0, Belgium 0. Jules Koundé take this throw on the near side. Less than 10 minutes into this game, and France are really struggling to get a grip of the ball and control. It's all Belgium at the moment. You need to see like Guendouzi and Kone and Kante really get hold of it, of course. Rabiot is a player. He's still looking for a football club at the moment. He's normally in the middle for France. There's a really, really strong bench. You look at Mbappe, Elise, Konate, Hernandez and Griezmann, Fofana, and Klaus and Barcola. It's a very strong French bench. But you have to rotate. You have to see options. These are the only times you get as coaches. Before that, all important. I mean, of course, the Nations League is very important, but for both of these sides, it helps in seeding when it comes to qualifying. It's Openda in the penalty box from a lovely ball from Faz. It's been brought down, and it will be an offside flag. It looks like it's going to go out for a corner, but 10 gone here. It's France 0, Belgium 0. Of course, in March, the qualification for the World Cup starts. So many games happening up and down the continent of Europe and across the world. We see African nations, of course, start their qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations that will be set in Morocco next year. I wonder if that will be set though in the summer or the back end of 2025. Of course, FIFA doesn't like international continental tournaments same year as the World Cup, so that's one to watch. We loved giving you the Africa Cup of Nations here on Flash Score in January. Ball's on the far side with Castagna. And he's giving the ball to De Bruyne outside the centre circle. De Bruyne has put the ball through Kone's leg, but Kone's won it. He's Mane. He's on the right hand side. He goes into the penalty box and the player goes down. Referee says get up. Nothing doing. Loads of France supporters in the crowd believe that should have been a free kick. There's another Belgian player down. Don't think it's Openda. And he's now down that left. I'm sure that France will put the ball out of play. The referee's now decided to halt play. Guendouzi's not happy, and Openda's looking at his ankle. Well, he's not had a good 12 minutes or so. Openda jumped into the air. It was pushed by Saliba. But Mane, De Bruyne kind of pushed him to the floor. You've seen those given. You have seen them given. It's a push to the back of the... right to the back, but De Bruyne, did he win the ball? Mane immediately believing it should have been a penalty. De Bruyne didn't get anything on the ball. He kind of just used his body in the way to get it out. Magnet. To the middle. It goes for Belgium. Half. And with France, Guendouzi. Outside the halfway line. Skips the ball to N'Golo Kante. It was a lovely first touch, but there was a bit left there. Dembele, Thuram and Mane, that front three. At the moment, not in sync as much as Belgium's attack with De Bruyne, Doku, Lubakio and Openda. Fast. Gives the ball to the Bast. Now 60% possession. Here's that 30 for Belgium. And the ball to the Bast. Inside the centre circle. Right to left, Belgium are shooting tonight. No goals in the Italy got best goals in Montenegro for Wales. Wales are winning by 2-0. Norway are beating Austria by a goal to 0. Let me guess who scored that goal. Let me get the goal scorer up for you. You could follow all these scores whilst listening to the audio commentary of this game. And it's not it's not Haaland. It's Merth with the effort as a shot comes in from far for France outside the penalty area, which is comfortable for Castells in the Belgium goal. He's gathered that nicely. It was Guendouzi who scooped it goalwards, trying to hit the bottom corner. It's rolled out now to the Bast. The lycra boots, the pressure on the ball for France. He decides to go on a run, goes into the half, gives the ball to De Bruyne. Here's now the ball on the left hand side with Doku. Doku's got 3 on him, let alone 2. He's got 3. Dembele, Kante and Koundé all wanted the slice to the ball for Doku, but he keeps the ball. Doku trying to play 1-2 now with 30. Here's Kone. Good skill from Kone. Lovely work from Dembele now. And the end product there lets him down. He wiggled away from a difficult situation, Dembele, but he couldn't give the ball to Koundé down the right hand side. Didier Deschamps, of course, one of a rare breed of footballing people in terms of winning the World Cup as a captain and winning it as a manager across the board, men or women's. The Bast comes to another World Cup final, didn't he? Back in Qatar 2022. Scary to believe that we're talking about another World Cup. Feels like yesterday, that World Cup, that wonderful final where France were pushed right to the limit and lost on penalties to Argentina, of course, who are world champions and Copa America champions. 30. He's smashed that long down the left hand side, looking towards Tielemans. Tielemans with the blue boots gives the ball to De Bruyne. De Bruyne is a bit lazy with the pass. He can't reach Doku. De Bruyne will try and win the ball back. He's done that by fouling Kone. France still, Belgium 0. And with a little clamp. Yeah, gives the ball to towards Bercardo. Saliba. Angela Peltiera gives the ball back to Kone. Well, Kone's giving the ball away. Right back to Doku. 30 yards away from Peltiera. Doku. 9-2 towards the middle to Kone. And gives the ball away. Here's Onana for Belgium. Possession trading hands just there. Belgium having the majority of it. Here's the Bass. To the left now. Towards 30. Swings that into Castells outside the penalty area. Fast into De Bruyne. De Bruyne in towards 30. Belgium with so much possession. Has to be tactical. France is laying off the visitors tonight. Here is Doku, been released down the left hand side. He's up against Jules Koundé. Two of them. Floats the ball centrally to De Bruyne. He's got a bit of space. He plays the ball back, looking towards Doku, headed out by Bergano. It's not convincing clearance by Kante. Kone's dead outside the penalty area. They can't fast break. Nana's there just to intercept for Belgium. Openda still on the field after receiving treatment a few times in this game. France 0, Belgium 0. 30. Just take his time edging that forward. And that now to the far side to Doku. Great touch by Doku to keep it in play. He's now dead on up against Koundé. Puts the ball forward looking towards Openda. He uses the rebound to swing it around Koundé. Now a bit of time for De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Koundé. Reaching out to the far side. It's France 0, Belgium 0. This UEFA Nations League game as Fast goes on a run for Belgium's backline. Skips past three players. He skips to Openda, who shoots straight at Magnon. The fine move created by Faz of Leicester City from the halfway line. Skip past Thuram, skip past Kone, then have the end product to slip it through to Openda. His left footed shot straight at Magnon. On the right hand side it goes for Koundé. Koundé now to Saliba. Saliba to Magnon. Magnon back towards the Arsenal centre back in William Saliba. Then left side to Digne. Kone. This is better from France. Here's Dembele. He sipped this through. Here's Thuram on goal. Shoots! And he's saved comfortably by Castells. The flag's gone up. There was a suspicion of that being the case when Thuram was put through. And Thuram was denied by Castells, but the offside flag did come on. Let's get a replay of this Faz run towards Openda. The 20th minute here, France 0, Belgium 0. Goal kick's taken short is the Bass. Now to the right, now to Faz. Set laid back now. It's Castagna. Castagna's diagonal ball looking towards the back here, but the back here couldn't keep it in. It's gone out of play. Be a throw in to France, deep in their own half. Licadine will take. As the camera pans to Kylian Mbappe. Enjoy life at Real Madrid. It's Kone. In the opening months as a Belgian player, then clips Thuram on that far side. There's Onana. Need to move to Aston Villa in the summer. Let's run down a few scores across Europe. Romania 1, Lithuania 0 in League C. It's Montenegro 0, Wales 2 in the League B. Norway 1, Austria 0, Slovenia 0, Kazakhstan 0, Turkey 1, Iceland 0. So interesting game to follow tonight. The ball goes on the left hand side for France through Licadine. He goes into the centre to Guendouzi. Guendouzi's got a lot of space. He's looking for the diagonal ball. He does. He plays it to the right hand side where Jules Koundé is situated. He's up against 30. Koundé puts the ball into the middle towards Dembele. He goes infield. Dembele goes all the way back to the left-hand side for Koulibaly. He's out of the penalty area. Goes out of it, shoots. And that shot is blocked well by Doku. It's with De Bruyne's given the ball from Saliba, and then Manuel Kone is able to edge it, the ball off De Bruyne. Here's Kone pushed down there by Yuri Tielemans. So that's the Villa midfield. They're the highlight Belgium team. On the left-hand side, lovely first-time ball out by Guendouzi. In the penalty area goes for Koulibaly. Luca Dean there trying to square it forward. And that's just tapped away and cleared by Faz. Better from the hosts, so they've been very passive in the final third in this game. Just moving the ball more with a bit of more pace. There is the blue, white and red flags are being waved across the stadium in Lyon. There's a shot that comes in that is very poor from Koulibaly, and he ends up outside above the goal. No, it's not the stadium. Had a lot of time. Just edge of the penalty area. Just got it all wrong. Tried to side foot it on target. Instead he's ballooned over. De Bruyne. Oh, he's overcooked that as well. Trying to find the ball on the left hand side to Doku. Here's a Percano for France. Giving the ball to Magnan. Magnan out to Saliba. Over to the penalty area. He just floats his back towards the Percano. It's France 0, Belgium 0. Live here on Flash audio commentary of UEFA Nations League. Here's Koundé. Oh, he's got the ball to Guendouzi's got it all the way, and Guendouzi couldn't get the final touch to put it past the goalkeeper. Ball actually skittled towards the goalkeeper, and then Castells had to jump out of the way, but onrushing, flying Guendouzi. Lovely ball from Koundé. Guendouzi's first touch was heavy, hit his chest, and then good reflexes from the goalkeeper just to get away from being totally clattered studs first by Guendouzi. Good football all round, better from the French. Still waiting for something meaningful to test Castells in the goal. Castells now to 30. With the ball to the Bass. It's to go over the halfway line. 30 back towards Castells. Castells to the Bass. Bass just takes his time, just it back. Now with Kevin De Bruyne asking for the ball. Siv now to the Bass with the blonde trim of the hair. Here's Onana back to Castells, 30 yards away from his own penalty area. Castells puts the ball now to Faz. Now hammers this down the field. A bit of time now in space for Doku. Brings it down well. Doku in field to 30. 30. Gives the ball towards Doku. Doku angles it to the right hand side to Faz. Faz. Giving the ball towards Onana. Tielemans is there. With Becchio. Or Belgium. Belgium are just tossing the ball with ease. No pressure on the ball. There hasn't been any pressure when they've had the ball from Le Bleu. In France is 30. With the Bass comfortably inside France's half. The centre backs for Belgium operating in French territory with ease. As now there's a press that starts from Thuram, but still the ball retained by Belgium inside the centre circle. Here's Faz. Supposed to ball to the right side. Here's Tielemans. Lovely, but it was intercepted by Digne. It looked like it was going to make its way through the final line of defence of France. Here's Thuram. The ball to Guendouzi. Guendouzi scoops down into the middle to N'Golo Kanté. Kanté now onto the right side for Dembele. Dembele towards the penalty area. He doesn't pull the trigger. Goes round the defender. Goes down. Referee says nothing doing. The crowd react to that. He's laid this back. Guendouzi shot blocked. And it will be a corner for France. The first set piece of the evening for the home team. Dembele did really well because he won the ball in a defensive position. Went down the right. Was up against Derty. He was able to find the end product to give the ball to Guendouzi. He had a good opening at goal. His second shot at goal Guendouzi of the game. France 0, Belgium 0. Listen to Flash Score. UEFA Nations League action. And it's floated to the far post. It finds a white shirt in for France. France in their white strip tonight. It was Zippo Okada, the Bayern Munich centre back. It was comfortably gathered by the Belgian goalkeeper Castells. It's rolled out now to towards Debas. Castagne's there. Throwing the ball towards Fas. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Just outside the centre circle. It's the ball back towards Fas. It's now with Debas. 30. It's a lot of rotation in that defensive line. Here's Onana for Belgium. Onana laying this off to Fas inside his own half, just in the centre circle. Here's De Bruyne hammering that right-footed. Looking towards Castagne. Castagne to Tillemans. It makes it stick. Castagne and Tillemans, they make it stick in that far corner until Kone says, I've got to make sure I get the ball back. Forget making it stick. I'm going to clear the ball. Kone on a yellow card, of course. France 0, Belgium 0. And Lucadine will have the throw in to take for France. France 0, Belgium 0. Lucadine, of course, at the moment, he's trying to get out of, he's potentially leaving Aston Villa, but he's there still. One of him and Saliba Premier League representation, where of course there's a bit more for Belgium with Fulham, and that's 2 Aston Villa players, 2 Manchester City players, and Leicester player for Belgium. It's with Jules Koundé, plays football for Barcelona. Fantastic start to Hansi Flick's reign at Barca, one manager a month in August in La Liga. Perfect start for the team. Barcelona down the left it goes though for France. 30 yards away for the penalty area. Lacazette lets the ball back to Kone. Kone now the ball in the middle to Kante. Kante now gives the ball towards Thuram. Oh, lovely for Burkhardt. Ball's now with Dembele. Skipping past 2. Can't go past the 3rd. It's good defending from Doku. Coming back the Manchester City man. Koundé takes the throw in. The ball towards Dembele. Then goes in full to Saliba. It was late from Saliba, but he won the ball away from Kevin De Bruyne. It was inch perfect from William Saliba. Here's Kylian Mane trying to roll back the time, roll it back to June. His shot was saved by Castells. Floated back towards Kylian Mane. He backs all it's here. It's not going to fall to a French player. It's eventually cleared away by Belgium. And France now starting to get the grip of the game. Here is Guendouzi. Guendouzi. Into the middle now to Kone. 3 Belgian players in their own half. It's just trying to operate and find a gap to exploit. They go long, looking towards Thuram. It does fall edge of the penalty area, so shooting chance for Kante, who tees up to Dembele. Wonderful save for Castells, and that's hammered in. The flag hasn't got up. The ball is in the net. And it's Kylian Mane picking the pieces up and hammering home. Well, France have been dormant in the first half an hour of this game, but in the 30th minute, they have taken the lead. Kylian Mane with it, and just like he did in June, he's causing Belgium problems, and he's putting Leblanc in front. It's France 1, Belgium 0. They went route 1. Kante played this to Dembele. Good save from Castells. And he just hammers it. He's onside. Kylian Mane. There was a bit of confusion if the flag would have gone up. But the guy on the line with being Faz, he hammers it. Kicked it into the ground. Dembele. Castells maybe could have waited because Faz was there to actually clear it off the line. Kylian Mane was the first to react to it. He hit it goalwards. He hit it at Faz. And Faz being on the line wasn't enough to prevent it being the opener. Belgium the better team, you would say, in the opening 30 minutes. But it's all about putting the ball into the net. And Kevin De Bruyne's men are losing here in France. France 1, Belgium 0. Listening live here on Flash Score. First goal of the night in the UEFA Nations League A. It's still a 0 between Israel and Italy. It's France 1, Belgium 0 here. Montenegro 0, Wales 2, Norway 1, Austria 0, Slovenia 2, Kazakhstan 0, Turkey 1, Iceland 0, and Kosovo were winners over Cyprus in Paphos. 4-0 winners there. Romania 1, Lithuania 0. And Lucadine is Be careful. This is one of the beauties of the UEFA Nations League. It's not a friendly, so you can be sent off. Of course, you'll be sent off for the friendly, but you know it's less likely in those affairs. He's got to be careful there, Lucadine, because he just got his legs tangled with Luke Becchio's on the halfway line. And the balls of Belgium. They've got all to do here. The Red Devils. It's with the Bass. Floating the ball to Faz. Faz into the middle to Kevin De Bruyne. Now back to De Bass. De Bass goes into the middle to Openda. And then Nick Emmanuel comes back and gavels the ball. And it will be able for France to restart. Emmanuel saws the ball on his feet. The Milan goalkeeper. Now with Emmanuel's nearly giving the ball away, and it's a real mess from France, slicing that away. Uppercano, cheese and crackers, going right back to his goalkeeper. That was what you call a real mess from the defence, and that could easily have ended up being 1-1. Have a corner, Belgium, for their persistence. And they've got height in the middle with Onana. The ball's going to come from Lubecchio from the near side. 30 is there, and so is the Bass. He swung it left-footed towards Onana. They missed everywhere. Here's Kone. He's into the middle. Back towards Saliba. Good to hack it away. And Castagna will look to take this, throwing down that right side. Need to get him on the ball a bit more. I don't think they've used, for all the good play that Belgium have done in this first half, the wing backs of Faz and Castagna. Castagna's really come as a right winger, and Faz has been a back three. It looks like the build up is more of a 3-4-3 than a 4-2-3-1. With Tillemans, that right side, been really neglected for Belgium. All the build up happening in the centre with De Bruyne, and the ball moving to left hand side. Here's Lubecchio, gives the ball now to Faz. Faz now swings the ball to the right hand side. That's typical commentator's curse here. Here's Lubecchio on the left hand side, runs into trouble. 30 yards away from the penalty area. France win the ball back through Koulibaly, the goal scorer. The striker's goal there, smelling the danger in the box and firing it goalwards. France needing that. You feel the back of the defeat against Italy. I've done that again, against Italy on Friday. It's because they scored so quickly, you see. On Friday, Barcola's goal for 14 seconds, one of the fastest goals in international history. It's ball in the middle, over the halfway line now. Oh, slipped it inside. The flag stayed down here. Here's Thuram. Broke the offside trap superbly. Tee up to Kone. He's got De Bruyne around it. And the flag eventually comes up for Thuram. You see N'Golo Kante winning the ball. Edge of the post. Gives it to Dembele. Scuffed effort. Castells could have done a bit more there. Right palm. Just put it right into the path of Koulibaly. I mean, there's a goalkeeper to be saved. I'll tend to go to half time for Belgium. They'll be wanting to register some more efforts on Manni's goal. That early momentum they had in the first period of the half, to continue that. It's Wikanze in the ball now to Kone. Here's Kante on that left hand side for France. Fits the ball out to Kone. Kone back the ball to the right, looking forwards Jules Koundé. Push has been halted. That's been intercepted. Koundé towards Guendouzi. Guendouzi looking to Digne. Digne towards Kone. Yes, to Kante. 30 yards away from Peltier. It's a slip by Kevin De Bruyne. France have really grown into the game. Confidence, of course, high due to the goal. Lovely skill there by Kone, and he's been brought down there by Yuri Tillemans, who's holding his right knee. But he'll be booked no matter what. There will be a medical attention for maybe both players, but definitely Yuri Tillemans. Seems like a very nasty collision. Kone does superbly, skips past the defender, De Bruyne. He goes into that third duel. It's a complete clash of the knees between Kone and Yuri Tillemans. It's the correct decision for the referee to penalise penalise Tillemans on that challenge from Kone, because he completely just swipes his legs out. So He's just getting some instructions from Didier Deschamps. And Tedesco giving conversation to Castagna. Yuri Tillemans will be booked, but he's just hobbling off a little bit there. Yuri Tillemans does apologise to Kone. And a free kick to France in a dangerous position. Kolo Muani with the opener here. The difference in this game is so far. With Burkhardt. Here's Kone. They're taking it short, France. Now left to Digne. Low ball in. Chance. That isn't taken by Thuram. Was it Kylian? It was Kylian. He really should have had a second. Running to the near post. On towards the goal. Kicking it wide. Sanya now. Tillemans is back onto the field. So we're back to 11v11. Belgium have a free kick inside their own half. It's taken quickly by Fass. Here's the 30. Here's the Bass. Playing this long. To the time now for France. Floating the ball on the left side. The Docket. Kone. Over the halfway line. Just passing the ball amongst each other. Onto Belgium. Take it easy. Here's Onana. The ball to the Bass. Castells giving the ball now to Faz. Here's Kevin De Bruyne over the halfway line. Running into trouble. A little bit of room now for Guendouzi. Touring over down the right hand side. Guendouzi, he wasn't on the same wavelength as Kylian. Looks like he's got centre. Kylian. And Thuram's gone to left hand side. A lot of the move sees him in the centre rather than the other way around. Italy have taken the lead against Israel in the other game in this group. So it's Israel 0, Italy 1. Because they make it 2 wins and 2 Italy at the start of this new Nations League campaign. Stills. To the best. Dirty. It's going up. To the best. He's done that so many times, isn't he? The centre back for Belgium. He's won the ball And he's just gone on an amazing run. Gives the ball to Doku. De Bruyne is in the penalty area. Uses left foot. First time. Tees up to Lubecchio. Trying to square that in. It's a good block there from Luka Dean. It's going to be recycled back to Tillemans. Tillemans, oh, he's giving the ball away. He's giving it dangerously. Bit of time now for Kouamani to stretch his legs. Over the halfway line it goes to Koundé. Onto the right now. Now it's a bit of time for Dembele. Such a great dribbling speed and accuracy. See you say that. Dembele gives the ball away. Back to Belgium. It's now end-to-end stuff here in Lyon. With Belgium going forward. Openda now inside the penalty area, and William Saliba with that superb recovery pace is able to match up to Openda. No need to go past him, but to clear with ease, but at the expense of a corner. France 1, Belgium 0. Just get a replay from that. De Bruyne first time left ball in. Just needed Openda to go darting in. Becchio couldn't keep it alive, but he's about to take the corner from this near side. Lubecchio with the usual suspects for Belgium coming to the penalty area now to inflict some danger, hopefully a goal on the French. Lubecchio's ball's left footed in, it's poor, doesn't beat the first man. France should get this clear with Kone edge of the penalty area. Really good work by Kone. He's created a bit of space for himself, plays to the left hand side. Digne keeps it alive. To the right side now towards Kone. Over the halfway line it goes. France 1, Belgium 0. Here's Wenduzi. Into towards Kone. This is really good triangle football. Now over to the far side. That's now spiraled out of play. See what Kone just takes the game away from Tillemans there. Just ball's going to the right. He took it to the left hand side. Really good skill from the centre midfielder. Catania's got a throw on that far side. Much closer to the half-time break. Still with Belgium on that right is Lubecchio. Now found his way to Debas. Debas. The ball to Tillemans. Yuri Tillemans on the right to Castagna. Now with Debas down that left hand side. Oh, lovely ball into the middle. Here's Onana. Gives the ball away for Belgium inside the centre circle. He had been poked through. Bit of space for Debas. To Mannion. Mannion in the 6-yard box gives the ball to Kante. Kante giving the ball now to Saliba. Going out. The ball to towards Konze. Konze. Players around him. Here's Kone. Lovely work by N'Golo Kante. Lovely now for France. Final ball lets them down as they try to spring an attack on Belgium's high line. They told them the last man in attack. Just right up long. Now with Doku is not happy. There'll be a free kick towards him, but it's been given to France. Lovely close control by Conte. Well, 1 minute to be added on. 3 minutes, sorry, to be added on. Back end of this first half. Did think one was a bit low considering the stoppages that we've had. A few injuries to a couple of players. Mannion has the ball for France. Looks us towards Conte. Now back to Faz. Faz gives the ball to Castagna. Castagna to Doku. Doku down the left hand side. Trying to float this towards Kevin De Bruyne. It's intercepted well. There's N'Golo Kante. Fires down the ball on the right. Gives it to Dembele. Dembele over the halfway line he goes. Into the middle. The ball goes towards Kone. Kone then hooks this to the left hand side where Guendouzi is. He gives us Digne. They've worked their way towards the penalty area now. It's Kone. The ball to Guendouzi. Into Mil to Kante. He's got a bit of room. But looks not to shoot. He takes another step forward. Gives this to Koundé. His ball looks towards the far post to Guendouzi. Still with Leblanc in the middle. The white shirts. Here's Dembele. Teeing this up to Kante. Here's the pick hand. Deflected. And that'll be a corner. Yeah, Belgium just having hands the wall. France having him in a fantastic position. They've struck 30's hand, but it wouldn't be a penalty because his hands were behind his back in that motion. You can't be penalised for that now. Here's the Dembele. Lovely ball into the area. And it was Guendouzi's head, or Koundé's header, that went over the bar for France. Stays France 1, Belgium 0. Live here on Flash Score. Just before we headed to half time, just get a run now of the scores across Europe. Romania 1, Lithuania 1, Turkey 1, Iceland 1, Slovenia 2, Kazakhstan 0, Norway 1, Austria 1, Montenegro 0, and Wales 2. Italy are beating Israel by a goal to 0. France 1, Belgium 0 here. It's with Belgium, they pick up a final attack of the half. 30 in the middle now to towards the Bass. The way it goes to Fass. He's now to Bass. Over the halfway line. Oh, goes long towards the point. There's a penalty, but he's quick. Kevin De Bruyne in his old age. But he's not that quick. The Belgian captain, looks like his side will be going into the break trailing. It was Yuri Tillemans who tried to feed in the ball. From a Belgian perspective, you need to get Tillemans, Castagna, that right side going, get Doku on one-on-ones, trying to win those duels. France in the first 20 minutes looked shaky. The goal definitely helped them grow into the game. And they've looked threatening, looked the most likely to get the next goal in this game. France looking to bounce back from a defeat on Friday. They lost to Italy. is between the two sides. I'm just going to have a rundown of the two teams. Here on Flash score. Hold that fork because Tottenham's put the ball on that right hand side, swung it into the middle. Tillemans cleared it away. Here's Kone. Puts the ball into the left hand side to Luka D. Here's the ball now to Guendouzi. Guendouzi into the middle to Saliba. Saliba now in field towards Kone. Kone now looking towards Warnick. Lovely work down this left side. Luka D looking floated into the middle. Headed away by Debas for Belgium in the first corner of the second period. Goes to the home side. France looking to double their advantage early on in this second half. France 1, Belgium 0. Mannion in goal. Digne, Upamecano, Saliba and Koundé is the back for Guendouzi, Kone and Kante the midfield three. Koulibaly, Thuram and Dembele the front three. Let's check back now in towards N'Golo Kante. Kante just holds on, looking towards De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to intercept. Castells, Faz Debas, 30. Castagna, Tillemans, Onana, Doku, De Bruyne, Lebecchia, Openda is the lineup for Belgium. What's that delay heading out for the second period between the two teams? Get confirmation of why that was the case. No changes from the lineup. It is back. Check back now towards Castells. Gets the ball to Debas. Debas throwing the ball to left hand side to Castagna. Stills. Fast. Gets the ball to Mills out to Tillemans. He's playing this right back sort of half space, trying to float that ball long to Lebecchia. Saliba's come to clean up. And Saliba wins the header, heads it up now towards Kone. Good work from the French defender. Now towards Saliba. France 1, Belgium 0. It's the score. It's thrown to Luka D. Now towards Dembele. A little pressure. Belgian defence. Swing back towards Castells. Great acceleration from the Torab. Putting pressure on the Belgian goalkeeper. To throw in to France. Halfway through Belgium's half. Luka D. To take it. Goes towards Kone. Kone battles to win the ball back from Lebecchia. Referee says get up. It's a fair challenge to the Belgian winger. France operating from this left hand side. Decide to switch that ball to the right hand side. Looking out for Dembele. Dembele checks this back to Guendouzi. Like a brute for Matteo Guendouzi. Rolls the ball forward down that right to Kanze. Kanze trying to fight the ball back, loses out. Here's Doku. Lovely work from Doku. 4 around him though. He squeezes away from them, Doku. And now he floats it to left hand side to Openda. Saliba and Upamecano put their hands up for offside. The flag stays down, the ball, and now the flag comes up from the linesman. Lovely work from Doku though. He stole the ball from Dembele and Kanze. Took them on big Kone and Guendouzi to then find the ball to Openda, who was offside. Was close. Not surprised to see the linesman raise his flag for that one. Fast. Ball now to Onana. Onana towards Openda. 30 yards away from the penalty area. Going shooting from left to right. Here it is Doku. Giving the ball towards Onana. Onana. So many bodies around him. And the ball towards Fast. Passing towards Tillmans. Tillmans into Onana. 30 yards away. Onana, the ball's intercepted. It's good work now here from Guendouzi. Guendouzi now trying to slip that through to Torab. And his touch was really heavy, gives the opportunity for Castagna to win the ball. Onana tries to hit a diagonal ball which falls into the hands of Kone. France 1, Belgium 0. Mane's goal the difference in this UEFA Nations League game. It's Jules Koundé with the ball. 30 yards away for the penalty area, right of the D. Gives it now centrally now to Kone. Kone now into Dembele. To Kone goes, he sidesteps De Bruyne, goes round him. Kone, he's gonna go for goal, goes over the bar. It's a ferocious effort from Manuel Kone, hit with such power. It nearly took off the camera behind the goal's head off as it swung by Castell's goal. It stays France 1, Belgium 0. His pass drops to the middle to Tielemans. 13 attempts for France compared to Belgium's 2, which is really surprising considering the amount of possession that Belgium had in the majority of that first half. To how it is now, how the game has swung. It's a real surprise, I have to say. Pass. The ball to on the left hand side. So Onana, lovely ball for Kevin De Bruyne. He slipped this into Openda. It's there once again, that man, William Saliba, the Arsenal centre back, and his body in between the ball and the man to intercept. Here's Koundé on the opposite side. Koundé in the middle now to Kanté. And to Kone, spreading the right ball to the left side. It's intercepted. It's lovely work there. And referee decides it's a foul for France. Part of a free kick to Stagna, just clipping the French fullback. And of course, the Fulham happy about that. It's already seen a few yellow cards for both sides actually, 2 each. Openda and Tielemans for Belgium, Digne and and Kone have a yellow card as the ball's put into the middle. It's a bit of a heavy touch there by Dembele. I wonder if we'll see Kylian Mbappe at one point in this game. Here is Saliba, lovely ball into the middle to Luca Digne. Digne now hugging the touchline to left is Thuram, operating centrally. Oh, we swing this to Koundé. Koundé into the middle now to Kylian Mane. His shot was blocked by Belgium defence, and now Belgium look to break down the left for free. Has given the free kick. Guendouzi showing a bit too much aggression towards Kevin De Bruyne. Koundé's first time ball. He just took it away from Dembele. His effort was scuffed. It was lovely play between Dembele and Koundé moments before. And then he twisted and turned. Onana was there to win it back for Belgium. It's Woodfats for Belgium. Drills the ball down the surface to Tielemans on this right side. He gives the ball to Castagna. Tielemans in the centre now for Onana. The time now. Tielemans. It's back to Onana. Castagna. And Tielemans and Thuram playing with the ball. And Thuram just launches the ball above Tielemans. Tielemans ignoring the Frenchman. He doesn't want to have any argy-bargy. Didn't lead to him being sent off. Here is Castagna into the middle now to De Bruyne. He could pick the pieces essentially. It was so close for nicking it and ascending goalwards. So it's good work now from Dembele. Lovely from Dembele. Gives it to Koundé. Koundé's got a little room on the right hand side. He goes into the penalty box. His cross going towards Guendouzi. Misses everybody. It goes now back to Thuram. Thuram throwing the ball edge of the box to Kone. Kone can shoot. He does, and he just fires it wide. It's another opening. It's another attempt by France. And it's closer for Manuel Kone. And for France to doubling their lead. It stays France 1. Belgium 0. Dembele absolutely balling out in the middle. Just going from right to left. No one's going around it. Falls to Thuram, who teases up to Kone. And it was Tielemans who put pressure on Kone. And his effort was hammered over France 1, Belgium 0 in this UEFA Nations League game. France looking to bounce back, of course, after losing on Friday night up against Italy. Now, so back to Doku. In the middle, towards Tillmans. He's on the right now to Ibaka. Given away by Belgium, giving it straight back to France. Slow, patient play from the French. On the right towards Jules Koundé. As we approach the hour marker, France about to double their lead. Here's Kanté. Throws the ball now to Dembele. It's a sub of Dembele on his left foot. Goes for goal! And just finds that! He's been knocking on the door the second half. And France do double their lead as we approach the hour mark. France 2, Belgium 0. And it's Dembele with the goal. Cuts it in on his left foot. No one closing him down. No one stopping him entering the penalty area. And no one stopping him pulling the trigger, which sees him fire France into a 2-0 lead against Belgium. France 2, Belgium 0. And it's Dembele with the goal. What a well worked move that was from France. Koundé and Dembele have been connected throughout this second half, and he just lifts the ball past Castells. He looks at 30, goes past him, goes past the Bass, goes past Tillmans, and it goes into the centre of the net. It's a fine finish from Dembele. The two out of the three forwards for France have their name on the score sheet. Koulibaly in the first half, and now it's Dembele who's found his way through. All upside down really. It's turned to nothing. That's the right expression. It's turned to nothing. Here it is fast. He's spread to the left hand side. Looking towards Doku. Touched there by Doku. Now looking towards De Bruyne. Doku puts the ball through the legs. Tees up. De Bruyne blocks by Koné. Will be a corner to Belgium. On that far side, the Red Devils looking towards Warnick. Lovely work down this left side. Ukadi looking floated into the middle, headed away by Debas for Belgium in the first corner of the second period. Goes to the home side. France looking to double their advantage early on in this second half. France 1, Belgium 0. Mannion in goal. Digne, Upamecano, Saliba and Koundé is the back for Guendouzi, Kone and Kanté the midfield through. Koulibaly, Thuram and Dembele the front three. Let's check back now in towards N'Golo Kanté. Kanté holds on, looking towards De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to intercept. Castells, Faz Debas, 30. Castagna, Tillmans, Onana, Doku, De Bruyne, Lebecchia, Append is the lineup for Belgium. Looks like delay heading out for the second period. Between the two teams. Get confirmation of why that was the case. No changes from the lineup. It is back. Check back now towards Castells. Gets the ball to the Bass. Debas trying to ball to left hand side to Castagna. Stills. Fast. Gets the ball to Mills out to Tillmans. Playing this right back sort of half space. Trying to float that ball long to Lubecchio. Saliba's come to clean up. Saliba wins the header, heads it up now towards Kone. Good work from the French defender. Now towards Saliba. France 1, Belgium 0. It's the score. It's thrown to Lucadine. Now towards Dembele. Pressure. Belgian defence. Swing back towards Castells. Great acceleration from the Torab. Putting pressure on the Belgian goalkeeper. To throw in to France. Halfway through Belgium's half. Lucadine. To take it. Goes towards Kone. Kone battles to win the ball back from Mbappe. Referee says get up. It's a fair challenge to the Belgian winger. France operating from this left hand side. Decide to switch that ball to the right hand side. Looking out for Dembele. Dembele checks this back to Guendouzi. Like a brute for Matteo Guendouzi. Rolls the ball forward down that right to Kanze. Kanze trying to find the ball back, loses out. Here's Doku. Lovely work from Doku. 4 around him though. He squeezes away from them, Doku. And now he floats it to left hand side to Openda. Saliba and Nopurkana put their hands up for offside. The flag stays down, the ball, and now the flag comes up from the linesman. Lovely work from Doku though. He stole the ball from Dembele and Kanze. Took them on big Kone and Guendouzi. To then find the ball to Openda, who was offside. Was close. Not surprised to see the linesman raise his flag for that one. Fast. Ball now to Onana. Onana towards Openda. 30 yards away from the penalty area. Going shooting from left to right. Here it is Doku giving the ball towards Onana. Onana absolutely bodies around him, and the ball towards Fast. Passing towards Tillmans. Tillmans into Onana. 30 yards away. Onana, the ball's intercepted. It's good work now here from Guendouzi. Guendouzi now trying to slip that through to Torab, and his touch is really heavy. Gives the opportunity for Castagna to win the ball. Onana tries to hit a diagonal ball which falls into the hands of Kone. France 1, Belgium 0. Hermani's goal the difference in this UEFA Nations League game. It's Jules Koundé with the ball. 30 yards away for the penalty area, right of the D. Gives it now centrally now to Kone. Kone now into Dembele. But Kone goes, he sidesteps De Bruyne, goes round him. Kone, he's going to go for goal, goes over the bar. It's a ferocious effort from Manuel Kone. Hit with such power. It nearly took off the camera behind the goal's head off as it swung by Castells' goal. It stays France 1, Belgium 0. His pass drops to the middle to Tielemans. 13 attempts for France compared to Belgium's 2, which is really surprising considering the amount of possession that Belgium had in the majority of that first half. To how it is now, how the game has swung. It's a real surprise, I have to say. Pass. No ball to on the left hand side. To Onana. Lovely ball for Kevin De Bruyne. He slipped this into Openda. It's there once again. That man, William Saliba, the Arsenal centre back, getting his body in between the ball and the man to intercept. Here's Koundé on the opposite side. Koundé in the middle now to Kanze. To Kone, spreading the right ball to the left side. It's intercepted. It's lovely work there. And referee decides it's a foul for France. Part of a free kicks to Stagna. Just clipping the French fullback. And of course, the Fulham happy about that. It's already seen a few yellow cards for both sides actually. 2 each. Openda and Tielemans for Belgium, Digne and Kone have a yellow card as the ball's put into the middle. It's a bit of a heavy touch there by Dembele. I wonder if we will see Kylian Mbappe at one point in this game. Here is Saliba. Lovely ball into the middle to Luka Digne. Digne now hugging the touchline to left is Thuram. Operating centrally. Oh, we swing this to Kunde. Kunde into the middle now to Kylian Mane. His shot was blocked by Belgium defence, and now Belgium look to break down the left for free. Has given the free kick. Guendouzi showing a bit too much aggression towards Kevin De Bruyne. And Kunde's first time ball. He just took it away from Dembele. His effort was scuffed. It was lovely play between Dembele and Kunde moments before. And then they twisted and turned, and Nana was there to win it back for Belgium. It's Woofats for Belgium. Drills the ball down the surface to Tielemans on this right side. He gives the ball to Castagna. Tielemans in the centre now for Onana. The time now. Tielemans. It's back to Onana. Castagna. And Tielemans and Thuram playing with the ball. And Thuram just launches the ball above Tielemans. Someone's ignoring the Frenchman. He doesn't want to have any argy-bargy. Didn't need to him being sent off. Here is Castagna into the middle now to De Bruyne, who could pick the piece essentially. It was so close for nicking it and ascending goalwards. It's good work now from Dembele. Lovely from Dembele. Gives it to Kunde. Kunde's got a little room on the right hand side. He goes into the penalty box. His cross going towards Guendouzi. Misses everybody. It goes now back to Thuram. Thuram throwing the ball edge of the box to Kone. Kone can shoot. He does, and he just fires it wide. It's another opening. It's another attempt by France. And it's closer for Manuel Kone. And for France to doubling their lead. It stays France 1. Belgium 0. Dembele absolutely balling out in the middle, just going from right to left. No one's going around it. Forced to Thuram, who teases up to Kone, and it was Tielemans who put pressure on Kone, and his effort was hammered over. France 1, Belgium 0 in this UEFA Nations League game. France looking to bounce back, of course, after losing on Friday night up against Italy. Now, so back to Doku. In the middle, he was Tielemans. He's on the right now to Ibakia. Oh, given away by Belgium, giving it straight back to France. Slow, patient play from the French. On the right too, towards Jules Koundé. As we approach the hour marker, France about to double their lead. Here's Kante. Throws the ball now to Dembele. It's a Samba Dembele on his left foot. Goes for goal! And just finds that! He's been knocking on the door the second half. And France do double their lead. As we approach the hour mark, France 2, Belgium 0, and it's Dembele with the goal, cutting in on his left foot. No one closing him down, no one stopping him entering the penalty area, and no one stopping him pulling the trigger, which sees him fire France into a 2-0 lead against Belgium. France 2, Belgium 0, and it's Dembele with the goal. What a well worked move that was from France. Koundé and Dembele have been connected throughout this second half, and he just lifts the ball past Castells. He looks at 30, goes past him, goes past the Bas, goes past Tielemans. It goes into the centre of the net. It's a fine finish from Dembele. The two out of the three forwards for France have their name on the score sheet. Kylian Mane It stays 2-0 to France. But Belgium winning the ball back with ease. It is Mangala. Give the ball now to Dibas. Pass down to Onana. Routing that ball to left hand side. And now on to Faz. Let's try to play that 1-2. Looking now towards Castagna. 57% possession now for Belgium. That's how it's turned. Play looking for Fern. Castagna. The ball now towards the penalty area. First ball to Byline. Not seen much of that Byline play. Ball's thrown to Mr. De Bruyne, alone in the penalty area. And Manu comes as a dominant goalkeeper. Comes and gathers. A bit of frustration. The ball's rolled out here. Looking now for Koundé. Interception. Mbappe's waiting for the ball. Koundé throwing that goal is looking towards Kone. Here is Kone up against 30. In the middle. So launch to the left side. It's the ball now to Saliba. Saliba on the left. Gives the ball to Digne. Digne. Ball to Mbappe. Turn that ball back. Bit of room with Burkano. Laces back to Min. On that right hand side. This is good from France. Just needed to stop any momentum that was coming against them, and they've actually carved an opportunity here. This is it, clean on goal here. Mbappe, it's a good save from the goalkeeper to 9 France. A third, they've taken the corner quickly. Here's Dembele giving the ball to Mbappe. It's just so smooth with it. The referee's given a free kick also. That was just dived in. Montenegro have pulled a goal back against Wales. It's game on in that one. It's 2-1. In that game in Montenegro. Mbappe on his right foot. Good strong right hand save from Castells. Wait for Dembele or Digne to take it. Left footed. Digne goes to the far post. Nearly. Just went past Castells' left hand post. Had the goalkeeper scrambling across his goal line in the end. It was well wide. The goalkeeper's actually just making it a little bit closer than he'd be forced. We first saw. On the right now to 30. 30 flying it long towards the Takata. Takata now. Oh, Mannion. Waited for Saliba to clear it above. It's now 4-2 towards Onana. Look at it. To the middle now, goes for Onana. It's a spread to the middle towards Kevin De Bruyne. Good first touch from De Bruyne. This is the Bakayoko. Bakayoko in the penalty area. Back to De Bruyne. This 1-2 can't come off for the Belgium attack. Can't even get a corner for their efforts on this occasion. That will be a goal kick to France. A bit of bar there from Kevin De Bruyne. Mannion. Putting that ball to left side now for France here. Ikedine. He's giving the ball away. Here's Mangala. Floating this now to Bakayoko. Into the middle now to Deketa. He's playing up front with Kevin De Bruyne. Looks like they've gone to a 4-4-2 Belgium since that substitution was made. The halfway line it goes. Mangala looking towards Paz. So to Mangala. To Onana. Right to Bakayoko. To Onana. Ball that's floated to the far side. It's just gone out of play. France 2, Belgium 0. Looking at the bench and see the Belgian coach Tedesco having a conversation with his technical team. The coach of Belgium, Domenico Tedesco, of course, from Italy. It is Mbappe launched. Ball for Mannion, finds Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe goes for the far corner. But it just goes wide again. Inches. Barcola was on his way to try and tap in on that far side. Bit of a mix-up between Faz and Debat. Nearly ended up with France benefiting with a third goal. Is Onana for Belgium. Who's inside halfway line. So a long ball looking towards De Bruyne, first time effort. Has come out. A bit of time now for Conte. Conte intercepted by Guendouzi. It is for De Bruyne. Under pressure now here by Kone. Lovely work by Kone. Good. Been able to retain the ball. Good close control. And then Guendouzi's brought down by Bacca. Good game this, I have to say. Two good sides, of course. Come back from a Euros that hasn't been. Wasn't successful, only one could win, but in terms of performances and the results, both were disappointed how they went out. You know, really, with France obviously knocking Belgium out in the last couple of moments of their last 16 game, France then going out in the semi-final against Spain. There's a few changes. Ringed in, Antoine Griezmann comes onto the field for France. Guendouzi comes off for Griezmann, and Elise comes on for the goal scorer of the second goal for France in Dembele. It was a really good effort from Dembele. Elise now going to establish himself as a mainstay in the French team. 10 to go in this flash score game. And it's live here on Flash Score, UEFA Nations League Flash Score audio commentary game for you. France 2, Belgium 0. Here's Onana. Floating that ball. Onana. On the right hand side. It goes. Beautiful ball now. Looking towards De Bruyne. All this in the centre circle. It's fast. Give the ball now towards Mangala. 30 into Onana. 30 yards away from the penalty area. In the field it goes. Here's Mangala. France 2, Belgium 0. Lovely ball now towards De Ketra. France 2, Belgium 0. He's Mangala into the penalty area. Good 1-2 now with Doku. He's having a good run out here, Doku. There's Kevin De Bruyne up. Towards there's it. With De Bruyne up. This time Doku always put the ball into the middle. That'll be a corner kick. It's good from Belgium. It's waiting and biding their time to orchestrate a move of that quality. Kevin De Bruyne to take it. Right footed, going to the far side ball. Easily caught by Manuel in the French goal. Did not trouble him at all. Here's Manuel. Rolls the ball out. Uses his left foot to spread diagonal ball looking towards Koundé. Wins the throw in. And there'll be some more changes. Seems to be a halt of play. More French players. Or on this occasion, it will be a Belgium. 2 Belgian players to be introduced into the field. Doku. I didn't think he would have 90 minutes game. Doku. Doranville is coming on for him. So Doranville come in. Onto field man plays for Borussia Dortmund, and Meunier, the president Meunier, comes on for Castagna. Plays football in Lille now. Meunier and Doranville onto the field with Doku and Castagna coming off. It's France 2, Belgium 0. I'll run down of the scores across Europe as they enter the final moments. Hold that thought. It's Barcola to Elise to Griezmann towards the penalty box as Belgium mustered away. Romania 2, Lithuania 1. Cyprus 0. Kosovo 4 is a full-time result. Lithuania remaining from the 90th minute for that one. Romania winning by 2-1 over Lithuania. Montenegro 1, Wales 2. Norway winning by 2-1 over Austria. Slovenia 3, Kazakhstan 0. And Turkey 2, Iceland 1. And Israel pulled one back in the 90th minute against Italy. So it's Israel 1, Italy 2. France 2, Belgium 0. Here's the score here in this game. France looking for more goals. Here's Mikel Elise trying to find that to Mbappe. Here's Kante. Kante now into Jules Koundé. Elise uses his left foot to give to Kante. Kante goes into the middle. He tries to win the ball back. He doesn't. It's Duranville. He pushes Duranville away from the ball. Here's Koundé for France. Willis played on the right hand side of the penalty area. France 2, Belgium 0. Live here on Flash Score, UEFA Nations League football. You're able to listen to a couple audio commentaries tomorrow. Just getting them confirmed for you. As Elise goes into the penalty area, trying to find it to Kylian Mbappe. And it's pushed away by the goalkeeper, and actually Barcola on this occasion. Netherlands, Germany, big game tomorrow night. You can listen to in the League A. And then we have England versus Finland, Ireland versus Greece also. So those are 3 audio commentaries for you tomorrow from the UEFA Nations League. Netherlands versus Germany. England versus Finland, and Ireland versus Greece. There's a League B game. So just keeping you up to date with all the coverage that is available for you, especially when it comes to audio commentaries. And there'll be a full selection of domestic football coming back your way this weekend from La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, and Serie A. It's with France. The ball through Mannion. Mannion, the ball in his own penalty area. He's now towards Griezmann. He's 30 yards away. Gives the ball to Mikel Elise. Elise, lovely. He's able to give the ball to Kone. Kone now swings this to the left side. Lots of room now for Barcola. Barcola up against Meunier. The two substitutes up against each other. Oh, we fed the ball towards Kylian Mbappe. It was hit with such pace that Mbappe couldn't just latch onto it and bring it down. As Belgium go down the field. Belgium's pace offensively has definitely dropped in the last 5 minutes or so. I've not seen much about Klikatner and Kevin De Bruyne, what they're doing at the top end of the pitch. France 2, Belgium 0. Here's Griezmann. Midfield to Mbappe. Lovely work from Kylian Mbappe. Oh, he's gone past. Fast here, Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe shoots and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Castells just goes past fast with ease. Takes his time, slows it down, then brings it up. Does him again. Faz. And then he goes in for the goal. Side footing the ball and it's comfortable. I think there's a bit of a release there. Relief by Faz. On the left hand side it goes for Belgium. Twisted and turning for Duranville. Excellent challenge by Jules Koundé. Now there is a corner to come in for Belgium. 2-0 France lead. And that about to be halved. The ball on right foot. It's done with to Bakayoko, who gets his volley all wrong, and now it will come up to France. A possible break here. Here's Elise over the halfway line. 3 French players against 5 Belgian players, but the electricity and the connection between Barcola and Mbappe is on point as the ball floats towards Mbappe towards Barcola, and his volley goes wide. Lovely acceleration though from Elise, of course, made his move to Bayern Munich in the summer for Crystal Palace. It's finished Israel 1, Italy 2 in the game in this group. And the counter trying to find Bakayoko, that's intercepted by William Saliba. Into the final minute of this game. Yeah, live flash score. Romania have had another one. And so have Turkey. They're both winning by 3-1. Turkey 3-1 at the moment over Iceland. 3-0 win for Slovenia over Kazakhstan. Romania 3, Lithuania 1. As Duranville hits the byline again for Belgium. Pulls down the cross. It's blocked by Koundé. Is there going to be another quarter? No. It will be a goal kick to France. A little bit of frustration. 2-1 for Norway against Austria as it stands. 2-1 to Wales. Those are the games that are still carrying on. And De Bruyne did a non-look passes. Leblanc supporters in the crowd start to sing their national anthem. Didier Deschamps side closer to a victory in their first victory of this new campaign. So hammered up the field now. There's Mannion. Right, this from Belgium. Bringing the ball from the back. Is fast now into Bengala. Here's Onana. To the far side. And towards Faz. Oh, it's put into now the Qatar. Excellent challenge from William Saliba, who's ever apparent and present when it comes to these games. Mbappe, 4 minutes to be added on the back end. Thurenville. Just to turn up against Koundé. Kante's there to help. Thurenville towards the byline. He looks very lively, the player. From Dortmund, winger on the far side. Did they go for a corner? They didn't. They went for a goal kick in the end. Elise over the halfway line. He's back into his own half. Got two around him. Elise gives it away. In fact, it's Decato who wins it. He wants to give the ball to De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne. He's holding the ball. Oh, he's floating, he's waiting for Mangala. It's going to fall into the middle for him, and once again, Poacano's there to sweep away. Poacano's a player that definitely brings out a debate across Europe why he's starting ahead of Konate, definitely preferred over Konate. And Deschamps believes in his man. Here it is. Griezmann. Back to Kone. Here's Mbappe. Back to Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann into Saliba. Saliba back to Moores Manuel. It is Manuel. It's finished 2-1 for Wales over Montenegro. And Holland's got a goal for Norway. 2-1 over Austria. They're still playing there. It's 3-0 Slovenia over Kazakhstan. It's confirmed. Turkey 3-1. Iceland confirmed. So only 2 games playing. It's the Norway game against Austria, and here the match is the 90th minute of that game. It's De Bruyne though on the far side for Belgium. Coming back down to Faz. Belgium trying to, at this stage, get a consolation. That Dembele goal just put the result and the 3 points away from the Red Devils. Looks like they're going to lose to France yet again. A familiar feeling for Belgium. And Fofana is about to come on for France. We have just over a minute to play. We have N'Golo Kante to come off, and as always, he'll get a huge reception from the supporters across all 4 sides of the ground. Of course, there is a pocket of Belgium supporters here. So on the field comes Youssouf Fofana. N'Golo Kante comes off a fine performance from him. He'll get a water bottle, he'll get a juice also to drink, just to refill. On to Belgium down. And he's played the 4 minutes, but I'm sure we'll just get 30 seconds on due to that substitution. Here's Elise, 30 yards away from the penalty area. He's able to turn and face